What's up, everybody? Big Herc, live, prison talk, doing a stream for y'all. Figure I started a little bit early this week, so we didn't have any technical difficulties. But yeah, man, hope y'all had a good weekend and enjoyed your friends and family. Want to say a shout out to all of our subscribers on YouTube and everybody for supporting us on Twitter and Instagram. You know, we want to keep bringing you guys raw content, interviews, prison talks, and we're actually bringing back the prison spreads. I got Chef Big V to come back. I don't know if you guys seen the commercial yet, but check it out on YouTube. He's coming back, but we're going to be exclusively on Patreon. So you guys, we need you to support, donate on Patreon, and we're going to be doing prison spreads on that site exclusively for that content. We'll have prison spreads on there, and we'll also have Car Hustle exclusively on Patreon, which is patreon.com. Check us out. We'll be giving up some nice content, and I'm looking for you guys' comments and doing giveaways on there. So check us out. We'll be launching that here soon, and we'll have some really nice content for you guys. As far as on YouTube, we'll keep you guys going with the prison talks, with the interviews, and just feeding you positive information. You know, for the most part, man, I try to give a positive outlook on prison. I'm not goofy like a lot of these guys on these other sites, acting stupid. I didn't act like that in prison, so I'm not going to act like that on the streets. I just keep it real like how I am. This is me. This is my personality. And my whole thing was to get out, do something positive, and try to share my experience with you guys so that, hopefully your kids or your families or friends wouldn't have to go through what I went through. So I'm going to go get into this Q&A with you guys and see what's cracking. It says, work out every day with body weight or no? I work out 5 days a week. I do weights. I do cardio. Sometimes I hit the bag, you know what I'm saying? I just basically do everything, I try to do a full body workout. So, I try to stay active and, just healthy and watch what I eat and stuff like that. Push-ups, I do a lot of push-ups in the pen. And on the street, I try to use a lot of free weights. I still throw push-ups in between my workouts, so. What's your opinion on all this fitness drama at the LA Expo? The LA Expo, man, this is the thing. Is that, when you get involved, when you do, the fitness industry, the people involved, like Cali said, have a big influence. Shout out to Cali Muscle. That's the homie. He did our first interview, and he really looked out for us. And I got much love for that dude, and he always keeps it real. But the whole thing with that drama, man, is that bodybuilders aren't gang members. You know what I mean? And when you try to carry yourself in a certain fashion, I'm not judging, but, it brings a certain element to the industry. So my thing is, everybody's got to make money. You do what you can. I don't really know as far as what the beef is between the two individuals. All I know is that you carry yourself in a certain way, and, usually you don't have no problems. And what comes with those problems is, whatever you've put out there. So I try to avoid a lot of the drama and try to, just handle my business. I'm not going to do a lot of talking on the internet. I don't believe in that. I think if you have a problem with somebody, you catch them slipping, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? You don't do a lot of talking. I don't know Mac Truck. I do know Cali, and I know Rich Piana. But I don't know what's really the beef between the two, so I can't really speak on it like that. Do you drink or smoke? Nah, I don't drink or smoke. I'm pretty healthy, man. I never drank or smoked before I went to the pen. I wasn't fucking with 40 ounces or alcohol like that. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the protein drinks and good food, man. I'm not really into putting a lot of toxins in my body like that. Somebody else said, oh, shout out to Bakersfield, shout out to Fresno. Can you comment on the Pisces? There is not a lot of information on them. As far as the Pisces, man, my involvement with the Pisces, which is Hispanics who have basically come across the border, who predominantly speak Spanish, you know what I'm saying, Mexican. And I don't want to get into, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about background, but I know they're Hispanic Mexicans who have crossed the border, who do time in the pen. I was cool with them, man. I mean, my celly was Mexican, and my good friend Chef Big V was Mexican, so we used to do a lot of work, paperwork as far as legal work with Pisces. They would ask Chef V, he would translate, I would help him with legal work. But yeah, I didn't, I didn't really have a lot of issues with them. I know a lot of them are here for illegal entry, so it's fucked up, and they're getting deported. But they're in the pen getting their hustle on, and I didn't have any issues with them. How did I get involved with skateboarding and BMXing? Well, I got involved with the skateboarding and BMXing when I was probably 11, 12 years old. I used to live in the Bay Area in San Francisco, so I used to skate in Barcadero, Haight Street, the HP Dish, you know what I'm saying? We used to get around. So we were skateboarding back in the day when you had Caballero, Tony Hawk, Rob Roscop, a lot of them dudes, So besides being in the streets, I also was in the skateboarding real tough when I was a kid. I just didn't have nobody to continue to push me in that, so I got into other things. It says, how do you get involved with skateboarding? Do you know anyone from the Strings Cartel group, Big Boy, etc.? No, I don't know any guys from the Strings Cartel. I've heard of them, look like they be pushing some big weight, doing their thing out there, but I don't know any of them personally. Any stories about Asians in the pen? Nah, no stories about, any Asians in the pen. As far as, I used to work out with a Korean cat when I was at Lompoc. He was about his business. He didn't really fuck around with a lot of people. I was cool with some Asian homies over in from Laos when I was at Sheridan. Actually, good dude. He got out, looked out for me, you know what I'm saying? He was about his business. One of my good friends was Korean. I kicked it with him real tough. We were good friends. He actually helped me get a car when I got out. Good dude. I was real cool. I had some cool Asian partners, man. And, I actually ran books for one of them and in the pen, which means that they ran a booking system. And, I did the tickets. I'd go and get bets and place the bets, and that's how I made my little hustle while I was at Sheridan. Do guards like snitches and Peter gazers? Snitches don't get no love from guards either. I've seen guards put snitches on blast, and they ain't really got a whole lot of sympathy for motherfuckers in their telling. So even though motherfuckers that tell do get somewhat protective custody in certain situations, guards figure that you're a punk, you know what I'm saying? You up in there telling, motherfucker, do your time, be a man about it, and handle your business, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't getting no props from the guards if you a rap motherfucker either. So just, put that into perspective. Do all your friends have criminal records? No. I got friends that have never been locked up, that actually stayed out of trouble and weren't involved in the stuff I was doing, So not all my friends are from like the streets having sold drugs, or some of them went to college, did things with their lives. Other ones, got in the mix, and some of them never got caught up and, are balling. So it's just, the luck of the draw, man. How things turn out. What's the best meal you ever had in prison? The best meal in prison, well, coming from the kitchen, would have to be on a holiday, Thanksgiving or Christmas. You have you have turkey, ham, you have real food, stuffing that is like quality. And that's, like I said, 3 times a year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. As far as what we cooked up in the pen, you got to check out Chef V, man. He would get down, and basically all the meals he would put together were the shit. So that was my dude, and we would cook a lot together, and we would take what we had in the kitchen and make it that much better. It says, was I ever in a life and death situation in the pen? Life and death. Never been in a life and death situation in the pen. As far as I've seen shit kick off, and I just put my back against the wall and handle my business. But as far as life and death, you just think about making it out. You know what I'm saying? When a riot kicks off, or shit is going down with the popos, you just got to stay out the way, man, and pray that you make it out of the situation safe. And you don't really try to think about losing your life. You try to think about protecting your life while you're in there. So, didn't really think about life and death. Never felt suicidal in prison. You got guys in there, I guess, who really stressed the fuck out. I didn't get any family visits the whole time, but that made me that much more determined to be successful. And it wasn't because, whatever the reason was, when I got out, everybody acted like it was cool. But for the most part, man, you gotta learn to do your time, man. A lot of dudes do time through their girlfriend or their wife, and they stress the fuck out. They sleep all day. They're depressed. You can't do time like that. You got to get in there and find you a program and basically make plans. If you got a date, to get the fuck out and figure out what you're going to do when you get out. You don't have time to be feeling sorry for yourself. As far as everyone to be a bodybuilder, when I was 16, 17, I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I thought that, I could work out, make some, get swole, make some money lifting weights. But, it wasn't all it was cracked out to be. You know what I'm saying? I thought bodybuilding, you made a lot of money and you don't make a lot of money. You know what I mean? Most of the stuff those guys having in pictures is just for the pictures. Most of them are broke. They don't really have a hustle. You spend a lot of money for a trophy. So, after I kind of seen what was going down, I figured, shit, man, if I'm not playing football or basketball, I better become a businessman and learn how to make money because, lifting weights, man, you're only going to go so far unless you get lucky like Arnold and get into acting. Big Kirk, what happens to mixed race in the pen? Nothing, man. If you mixed race, it don't matter. Depending on who you roll with, and if you're a stand-up dude, you ain't going to have no problems. You'll be straight. So, it's not a lot of issues, even if you are mixed race. When you go to prison, what happens to your assets and money and property? If you go to the feds, they're going to seize all your shit. So, word of advice, if you're out there getting your hustle on, have you some shit that's not in the bank, bro. That's not in your name, because the feds will go through and basically they take all your assets first, so you have limited resources to fight your case. Even if you're not, even though you're supposedly innocent. And at that point, you got to try to now figure out ways to pay an attorney, and you better have some money put it on to the side so that you can sustain yourself and support your family, because a lot of times once you catch that case, all your finances are fucked, man. So, property, stuff like that, you have it in your name. If you ain't got it in a trust, you're pretty much hit, man. They're going to kind of come and seize all that shit. Ever dream? Do some inmates ever dream of going to the NFL? I'm quite sure you got guys who, want to, be professional football players. We actually have football at Hurlong, and they had to stop it because dudes were putting the smash down. They didn't have pads out there, and dudes was like from rival gangs, when they couldn't fight, they were out there like nigga hitting each other. I mean, cracking. Motherfuckers out there just getting their dome smashed out there on the football field, man. So it was going down, but they stopped that. But, you got some dudes out there, if they wouldn't have been selling dope or got caught up in a bank robbery, they could have probably been professional athletes. Shout out to Santa Ana and Orange County. Shout out to North Highlands, which is, Sacramento. Cats out there, much love. Big Herc, you know anyone from the Valley? I know a couple cats from out this way, you know what I'm saying? Did time with a dude, white cat from out this way, good dude. I still keep in touch with him, A lot of dudes I did time with because of the way I carried myself, we exchanged numbers and I'm still cool with them, I got white partners I did time with. I got Mexican partners I did time with, I still holler at. And, I got brothers I still fuck with. So I got a lot of dudes I still fuck with that I did time with because of, I see these guys were standing up dudes and I figured that, hey, you know what I'm saying? I could get out, we could network. What up to Stockton? What's the prison that got you scared? Wasn't really any prison that got me scared. Lompoc USP was probably the most hardcore prison I was at. You got some guys in there with 5 life sentences plus 100 years. So they're trying to make sure that, dudes ain't, even if they beat one case, they still got 4 more. And I know a dude who got 2 lives overturned, and he was still fighting 2 more, man. So, Lompoc, you had dudes in there that didn't fuck around. They were doing serious time, and, they were about their business. But I learned a lot in there, and you learn psychology hands-on because you're dealing with nothing but physical body presence and just human interaction. So ain't no, a lot of separation in clothing. Everybody got the same shit. Everybody's wearing, everybody's basically limited to the same resources as far as how they're living. And it's all about you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? You got to be about your business. Did you take any juice steroids in prison? Nah. Or did you see anyone else take them? Nah, I didn't see anybody juicing up in prison. I heard that, there was cats in there that had access to shit, whether it be through guards or a hookup. But, in Lompoc, I didn't see any. And I didn't make it down to a camp or nothing like that, which was wide open. So where I was at, it was just pretty much just eating and buffing. Shout out to London. You know what I'm saying? Somebody keeps asking me how tall am I? 6 foot. Let me show y'all. See that? That's that ID that you don't ever want to have. That's the fucking number. Every time they used to ask me who I was, who I be, that's what I used to have to give them. That's that bullshit. Youngsters out there, you don't ever want to get that shit, man. You don't ever want to go to the fucking feds, man. Fuck prison. Fuck doing time. Fuck a warden telling you what to do. You know what I'm saying? If your cellmates try to test you the first day, do you split his wig? Yeah, bust his shit. Bust that motherfucking shit. Make him roll it up. And then he gonna know you don't fuck around. And motherfuckers gonna know you about your business. Because, as soon as the motherfucker sex play you, and what I mean by that is try to grab your ass or, flash his dick at you. Bust that motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Much love. Shout out to Ireland. Good looking out. Any way of keeping drugs out of prison? Gotta be way correct. Nah. Drugs are gonna always be in prison. That runs the prison. That's the economy in prison. You know what I'm saying? Drugs is you know what I'm saying? That's part of the social fabric of a prison system. Nah, I didn't ever see anybody get raped. Let me tell you something about people thinking booty bandits, and you got motherfuckers talking about, they were predators. Most motherfuckers that are getting fucked in prison are selectively choosing to be fucked, and they were probably fuck boys, gay boys on the street. Nothing against gay boys, but if you gay, you go to prison, you're gonna have it your way because you let it be known. I mean, there was a homosexual up in there, long hair, used to wear tight shit, bounce around, and big motherfucker though. You wasn't gonna just take their booty. This motherfucker, you would have been squabbing. But if you was cool, whatever the case may be, however you spit your game, if they wanted to go, you'd probably go. But wouldn't nobody, you wouldn't just, motherfucker wouldn't just jumping and, running up on you, taking your butt. But if you carried it like that, you want that butt touch, you can get that little bunghole touch, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker will touch it for you. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the issue. You couldn't see the prison ID? It was up too high? Let me see. Let me know if you can see it now. See that? That's what I initially had when I got out. You know what I'm saying? That's the bullshit that they give you. This was my ID for 10 years. This was what you had to have on you at all times, like a motherfucking driver's license. And like I said, man, I never imagined myself going to prison as a kid. I would have rather played sports, stayed in school, been an entrepreneur, started my own business. But, you know what I'm saying? It just, shit happens, man, So I try to make the best of it. Have I ever lost a fight in the pen? No, I didn't get my ass whooped in the pen. I didn't have no issues. I got jumped on the street before, but I never got whooped in the pen. Have the warden ever tested you? The warden, I never had no issues with the warden. I did have a warden, basically kind of like try to lay down a law as far as how we were conducting ourselves with legal work, because we did a lot of legal work. And one of the things that they was to trip off of, they didn't want us writing up the COs. because see, a lot of dudes are illiterate when it comes to, putting together petitions or putting together briefs or things like that. So me and my team of guys, which was me, I had my Asian homeboy that was Korean, my little Mexican partners, and my little other partner, he was mixed, and my white partner, we used to just do legal work for people, man, and they would bring us work and we would charge them, and that's how we make money, man. So a couple of times the warden let us know, hey man, we know you're making money off that, but don't write up my guards, my staff members. Yo, Herc, what would you do if you had tattoos that could be construed as gang related, but you have never banged? For instance, like a 13 or something. Okay, you come into prison with that gang shit, a motherfucker will check you and you're going to have to get that shit removed. That's the thing, man. Motherfuckers like on the street run around and get, spider webs and teardrops. In the state, man, and even in the feds in some places, motherfuckers take that shit serious, man. So best believe if you carrying it like you a killer and you go to the pen and you ain't no killer, you're going to be tested and you might get your wig split because all that shit is symbolic. You're not going to run around with Rolling 60s or Compton Crip or neighborhood Pyru on you and you ain't never banged it on the street. That's some bullshit. Motherfucker up in there who would put in work for that shit will first off check you to see if you from the hood. Second of all, you gonna have to roll it up, partner. You ain't getting along. You ain't getting down like that. Somebody asked me, did I get along with Serranos? I actually was cool with some Serranos, man. I didn't, they the way I carried myself, man. I was very professional. I wasn't the ignorant motherfucker. I knew how to conduct myself. I had mannerisms, so I was cool with everybody. Openly, could I kick it or talk to Serranos? No. On the sly, I was cool with some Serranos. I actually still talk to a partner that was a Serrano that's on the street now. We keep in touch. So yeah, I was cool with a lot of motherfuckers, but it wasn't like we was kicking it. And if shit jumped off, I had to respect the game. So it is what it was. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, somebody asked me right now, if a white guy and black guy would sleep together, would the gangs put a hit on your race for race trading? I ain't never seen no shit like that. So black and white guys sleep together. I ain't never seen no shit like that. How are dudes who serve in the military treated in prison? In the feds, the couple guys I run across that was in the military, they just basically run their own program, man. The main thing you get to prison is you don't go running your mouth about what you're in there for. Soon as you get in there, you start talking loud, you start bragging, you start putting your business out there, you're opening yourself up for an ass whooping. So you don't want to, go to the pen and start running your mouth about shit you did or shit you done, because that will get you caught up. Keep it to yourself, man. You don't have to let people know about your business, and you won't have any problems. What is legal work? Legal work is basically when you go to jail, you have a case. If you're fighting your case pertains to legal work. Legal work is what's considered. It could be an appeal. It could be filing a motion. It could be helping somebody with child support, a divorce proceeding. That's considered legal work. So anything related to legalese is legal work. And I had a lot of legal work as far as books, materials for reading that I made reference to before that I would work out with me and Chef V. It says, what type of reputation do DC dudes have in their feds? DC dudes are known to put in work. You get about 30 DC dudes on the yard, 40 DC dudes on the yard, they gonna change the demographic of the prison. They don't play no games. Cats from DC is about their business, man. And they run a hell of a program. And dudes ain't with no weenie shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew a couple cats from DC at Sheridan that were older cats, and these cats are in their 50s still pushing 315, 405, and them dudes, I seen them come out with a knife one time and told a whole motherfucker, he said, man, bring your whole motherfucking car up to the top tier and let's get down. He called everybody out, you know what I'm saying? One dude from DC, and didn't nobody bust a grape. So, it's have money up in there, but this cat is an OG. he was cool with me, man, but he wasn't about no bullshit. And he was about busting heads up in there. DC cats, I was cool with him though. I didn't have no problem with cats from DC. Is selling wolf tickets a thing? Did you ever see it? Yeah, selling wolf tickets. I seen cats up in there selling them, man, and I seen a dude come there selling wolf tickets, and in 2 weeks got his wig split. Talking big Crip shit. Whoop-de-wop, he from this, he about this, blah, 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 blah. Man, niggas is like wolves up in there, and you have somebody who will test your motherfucking ass. And this nigga thought he was super Crip, got his wig split, didn't last 2 weeks. Did I see anyone get hit with the RICO while in prison? Yeah, man. There are some cats from back east, from Maryland, and, they hit a lot of dudes from, like, Chicago with that RICO and Racketeering and Criminal Organization Act, man. And, when they put that on you, man, you're fucked. Your whole clique is caught up in some bullshit, and, they motherfuckers looking at 20 years or better, man. So, yeah, that RICO ain't no punk, man. Continued criminal enterprise, man. They put that on you, man. That's a CCE. That's another way they get you tied into all this time, man. And these are charges that a lot of you guys, aren't familiar with, but because they don't have it in the state. But in the feds, man, the feds step in and they start putting that shit on you, man. It's a motherfucker, man. So just watch your business, man. Much shout out to Germany. Did I know anyone who had to check in for something stupid? Yeah, I seen a motherfucker check in. I seen a motherfucker check in because they found out that he was fucking with some kitty shit. And once they found about his paperwork, he motherfucker act like he was cool. He checked the fuck in. Another cat was actually a political dude. He had just hit the yard. I think he was like mayor of some city back in Connecticut. He went on the yard couple hours, man, and dudes found out what his affiliation was as far as his political background. They started pressing him, and he just went and checked in. You know what I mean? So I seen all kind of cats check in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Cass. Shout out to everybody who's done a Fresh Out interview. Did I ever know any Portuguese gangsters? Nah, no Portuguese gangsters. Kimbo Slice, my opinion of him. I never met the dude, so I can't really speak on him, man. Didn't ever have to beat a guard's ass. I seen a guard get checked though, and at Lompoc, man, I seen there was a guard who got stabbed. So they weren't playing any games over there. Dudes ain't got nothing to lose, so it was going down over there. But I never had any issues as far as physical confrontation with a guard. Do Mexicans get a commissary bag from the car when they get in? It depends. A lot of times if you got homies in there and you're part of a clique, you usually have somebody who will look out for you. When I rolled up to Sheridan, my Mexican partner, man, he looked out for me, man. He gave me a bag, probably $100-something worth of commissary. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have nothing. And man, I was so grateful, man. And that's love, man. That's that Bay Area love, man. But dude looked out for me, man. Good dude. And because I did time with his brother. But yeah, if you are cool with a clique of dudes, usually when you hit the yard, everybody put in something and give you a care package. You know what I'm saying? So, it just depends on who you roll with. Did you listen to Hollow Tip or Sibo in the pen? I fuck with both. Hollow Tip, he's from North Highlands, and I fuck with Sibo. I was in juvenile hall with Sibo. Shout out to Sibo, 29th Street. We used to get down my hood, North Highlands, and 29th Street. We used to have the Crip Bowl every year. So, shout out to the cats from 29th Street, Big Snake, a lot of them cats. I did time with him. And, like I said, I was in juvenile hall with Sibo. Are fights held regularly for sport? Dudes are getting down up in there. Some dudes ain't got nothing else to do. They're frustrated. They're mad at the world. But, for the most part, when you're getting down like that, you got to, because whenever somebody gets their ass whooped, they do a knuckle check. So if you're going to get down, put some burners on. If you're going to take off on somebody, so that way your hands don't get fucked up. And, you just got to, they look for all that. So if you got scars on your hands, it don't matter if it's from working out or doing something, they're going to lock you up in the hole and do an investigation. So that's just something to be aware of when you're up in there getting down with cats, is that they're going to do a hand check on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Will I be coming to Australia? Hopefully in the future, man. I mean, I don't know Australia, how they get down with, I know they kind of trip off of ex-felons. I would love to go out there and do some public speaking, man, and holler at some dudes and, do some motivational stuff because, it's being positive in life and motivating people to do what they should be doing is a goal that I've set for myself. And I would love to inspire people, man, to really reach their full potential because, I had to go to the fucking pen to reach mine, man. I wish I would have never went there, man. Can you get tested for STDs in prison? Yeah, if you go to medical and tell them, they're gonna want to know what you've been up in there doing. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna put your business out there. If you go in there and ask them to check your pee out, man, you've been putting it in some little dirty, homo's mouth or something, man. So watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? Never been to OKC. I didn't travel through there. Never been back that way. Let's see, somebody saying the fair shit. Let me see. Somebody else said, what are your thoughts on the death penalty? I can't judge another man's life, man. Some people I know that if a motherfucker did something to anybody in my family, I wouldn't have no problem taking them out the game. You know what I'm saying? So to the victim who has to see this individual who's done harm to their daughter or their kid or their wife or whoever the case may be, their son, you know what I'm saying? They got what they got coming, man. So if it was up to me, I would handle it old school, motherfucker. I would just take your head off. So as far as the death penalty, I can't be a judge of that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you touch mine, I'm going to touch you. Where do I think I'd be at if I didn't get locked up, man? If I wouldn't have got locked up, I think I could have been running a multi-million-dollar business by now. I think I could have been very successful. Speaking about, coming from an environment and changing for the better. But prison, I looked at it and it had to be a purpose behind it. Yeah, I know I was doing a lot of dirt. I didn't get caught for a lot of shit I did, but getting out of prison, that experience is something that they can make movies about it all day, but unless you lived it, it ain't the same, man. And once you go through that shit, man, and you know how to, reflect back on it, you could do a lot of good with it. You can do a lot of evil with it too, but you could do a lot of good with it if you know how to turn it around. Wig split meaning. Somebody asked what wig split means. Wig split means that somebody busts you upside the head down to the white meat. And what I mean by that, you catch an ass whooping and your head is bleeding. I mean, motherfucker bust you upside the head, put hands on you, and this is all just cracked open. You got blood everywhere and you're leaking. You know what I'm saying? That's getting your wig split. It could be hit upside the head with your hands. It could be a lock in the sock. It could be a battery in the sock. It could be a motherfucking, mop bucket upside the head, whatever the case may be, but you're leaking. And you don't count a serious ass whooping, not necessarily death, but a serious ass whooping. Best prison workout, I would say a combination of doing pull-ups, push-ups, and water bags. You know what I'm saying? But we, like I said, instead of water bags, we would use legal work for bags because of, just access to the material we had, which was heavy. So, water bags, a lot of times they would take those, then you get them confiscated, so you couldn't really have them. But a couple of days, you get an asshole CO, and every time he came on shift, he'd go check himself for water bags. So some straight dickheads. So like I said, they couldn't take legal work. Somebody saying touch on these rappers claiming the hood and how they'll never fly inside. Okay, there is a rapper, a North Daniel rapper that a homie of mine told me about who rolled the TI, and he was rapping all this hardcore shit. He got to the pen and motherfucker was ready to split his wig, they told me, because you can't speak on all this shit that you ain't never done. And as a rapper, nigga, you are talking about somebody else and you ain't putting in no work. Why would you be rapping but be packing a motherfucking pistol, riding on niggas at nighttime or daytime or whatever the case may be, tying motherfuckers up when you don't have to? You're making money, motherfucker, by performing on stage. So claiming that hood shit, going to the pen, oh yeah, you get up in there, they're going to press the shit out of you. You're going to be paying, nigga. you gonna be paying, whether it be the Crips, the Bloods, the Serranos, the Norteños, those niggas, you will be every month having your family send money to probably about 10 niggas books in there. So all that hardcore shit, you get up in there, nigga, blood, cuz, nigga, you gonna get your ass checked real quick, and you're gonna be paying somebody up in there because you ain't gonna be openly on mainline running around if you ain't no real nigga. Now, like Bo, he was on mainline, you know what I'm saying? I know about the nigga, you know. As far as some of these other cats though, who ain't never been in the mix like that, yeah, nigga, you the disco nigga, and you trying to be hard, and you ain't from that hood, nigga, you gonna get checked. Bo was really from 29th Street. Nigga, Soulja Boy ain't from no Crip hood. Chris Brown ain't no blood. Nigga, I don't know neither one of y'all, but damn, nigga, you making money. Why the fuck you want to run around, nigga, because you think that having that behind you makes you mystique, nigga? You cool? Nigga, you was cool when you was getting paper. You ain't gonna be cool when you catch a hot one or when you catch a fade. And the thing is, you got so many bodyguards around you, you ain't gonna catch one anyway. So that shit is stupid, man. If I'm getting multi-million dollars, nigga, Bill Gates ain't claiming white pride. Nigga, Warren Buffett ain't running around trying to be an Aryan brother. I mean, come on, man. Why the fuck? Nigga, if they are doing it, we don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? They get money. So it's stupid ass shit, man. Niggas is always doing dumb shit, going backwards instead of trying to motivate kids to not be gang members, motherfucking stupid shit, man. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man. It's sad that we basically self-destruct our race like that by perpetuating ignorance and violence when you guys have been so successful. Show that aspect, man, because these kids don't know no better, man. They run around with guns, 10, 13. I seen motherfuckers in YA, 13, 14. I remember a cat in YA, little bitty dude, he asked me, he said, hey, man, how many top ramens do I have to eat a day to get big like you? And I looked at the dude, man, little bitty dude. Man, shit, you know, what can I tell him? He gonna be up in there, man. He might max out. He might be in there 25. So, you know, what you guys is pushing ain't cool, man. You know what I'm saying? But, no, they don't poison water in prison, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the same water we have on the street. But, man, time went by fast. Much love. Yeah, I listened to some Kid Frost. And, yeah, much love to y'all, man. Next week, I'll be back, same time, Monday at 3 p.m. And I'll holler at y'all. Thanks for all the questions. Sorry I couldn't get to every question. Please check out our SoundCloud, FreshOutSeries. Tell your friends to subscribe to our channel, man. I know they got some other channels. They say they got all these fucking subscribers. A lot of that shit is paid for. Let me tell you something. We've been doing this for 4 years. These motherfuckers be lying. They ain't got all those subscribers like you think. A lot of that should be bullshit. Anyways, keep supporting us. Much love. And I did damn near a decade in prison. Juvenile Hall, California Youth Authority, the feds. I've been to it all. I don't try to talk what I don't know. Much love to y'all. I'm out, man. But keep supporting, and we look forward to y'all next week, man. And stay tuned and check out our Patreon site, patreon.com, man, and support Chef V and the Prison Spreads. Much love.